YTBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. I got to give a big shout out to Jay Sewell. His name is Joseph Sewell, and if you haven't subscribed to his channel, go ahead and subscribe, man. The guy's hot. He's on fire. And he kind of touched on the subject about steroids. So I'm going to go ahead and elaborate on what he was saying, but I'm going to go in a little bit deeper because, there are a lot of people, you have a lot of misconceptions about steroids. And I read a lot of ignorant comments with people in steroid use. Well, my knowledge of steroids is very extensive. I know a lot about it. Okay? And I'm going to tell y'all right now, steroids really and truly haven't changed. They hadn't changed. They come in different forms. They come in different kind of, like chemical makeups, but they all do the same thing. Your body makes steroids naturally. But when you have an abundance of steroids that's sitting in your body gonna get rid of it by any means necessary. So your body will have a tendency to open your pores. See, when you take a steroid, the first thing that it does is that it opens up your pores. It opens them up so more oxygen and blood, oxygen-rich blood can get into your bloodstream. That's the function of a steroid. They open up your pores. They put more blood in the bloodstream. If there's more blood in the bloodstream, you can go and you can work out as hard as you want to go, and you will not get hurt. Okay, I mean, and you will get strong fast. Okay, real fast. But the thing is, you have to work out. See, people just think you take a steroid and then that's it. You just take the steroid and you go about your merry way and you get stronger. But that's not what happens, okay? See, steroids decrease the production of lactic acid in your muscle. And if you don't know what that is, lactic acid, it's an acid that protects you from injuring yourself. See, when you do sets in the gym, let's say if you go work out, or let's say if you go run, you can run a certain distance, but your body, your muscles are going to acquire lactic acid because that shuts down your muscles. And it's a protection thing that nature provided with the body that will prevent you from injuring yourself. Because if you do too much, okay, if you do too much, then you will injure yourself or injure your muscles or do whatever. And you can't really have that happen. So your body will build that lactic acid, so you'll stop. That's why, like when you do reps in the gym, and you can't do anymore, you can't do any more bench press reps, is because your muscles are filled with acid, and the acids stop the muscles from moving, so you can't injure yourself. So that's what happens. With steroids, they decrease the lactic acid production in your muscles. So when you don't have a lot of acid, you can do more, and you can do a lot more. And steroids also, they have a tendency to repair the muscle tissue a lot faster. So you're doing more reps, no acid in your muscles. You can work out as much as you want. Your muscles are repairing themselves quickly, and you are getting the benefits of steroids. That's what happens. See, I want to talk to y'all about what happens when a person uses steroids and how can you tell. You see, one telltale sign is acne. Now, some people are going to say, Coach, but people get acne. And yes, I will agree with you that people do get acne. People get it, but, not a lot of people. It's less than 5% of the population that get acne, okay, as an adult. Your kids, teenagers, and small and young adults like 12 to maybe 18, they're going to get acne a little bit more because their bodies are producing a lot more oil. They're going through these hormone changes, and so the body has to produce a lot of oil. See, acne occurs when oil goes into your pores, and then it clogs up the pores and creates a pimple. Well, let's say if you're on steroids, your pores are always open. See, even after you're done working out, your pores stay open. See, sweat actually comes out of the pores to cleanse the pores when you're working out, so you don't get oil into the pores. It's a cleanser, okay? But when you're not working out and you're done working out and your pores are still open, then the oil that's on your skin will accumulate into the pores of your skin, and therefore you have acne. But still, you saying, Coach, that don't answer the question, though, Coach, because how does somebody who have acne, just have acne and not be on steroids? Steroids, they got a very, very nasty side effect. What a steroid will do is it actually creates acne all over your body. Everywhere you have skin, steroids can create that. You see, acne, just regular acne, it tries to localize itself on your face because you have more oil glands in your face than any other part of your body. So your body actually localizes that acne right there because you don't create as much oil, below your face. You just don't. And that's just the way that is. Okay, but steroid usage, it produces the amount of oil in your body. So when your body has an abundance of oil, it begins to spread to the rest of your body. because your body can't utilize all that oil, so it's going to shift to the other parts of your body. And some people have oily skin. Well, you get the oil on your shoulders and it clogs up your pores. Guess what? You get acne on your shoulders. Okay? Steroid people usage, they tend to have it all over the body. And that's how you know a person in their adult years is using steroids. I'll even say if the person is 22 and up, y'all, and they got steroids and they got acne as an adult, if it's on the face, if it's localized to the face, I can say they just got bad skin. But man, if it's everywhere and you're an athlete, they on steroids, y'all. And some people, non-athletes, they have to take a steroid as a medicine. They get acne all over their body. And they take a steroid cream, they get it all over their body. So athletes that use steroid in their later years and it's everywhere, guys, that person they're on steroids. And it's just ain't no getting around that. Okay, I done seen enough of it to tell you. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt. And I'm going to tell you whether or not two famous fighters was using steroids. I can tell you. But I want to talk about the world of track and field. And I want to talk about USADA. I want to talk about USADA because a lot of people are saying that Floyd Mayweather bought off USADA. Guys, he can't. That is the United States Anti-Doping Agency. He ain't buying them off. Floyd Mayweather got a lot of money, but he ain't got money like the Rockefellers. He rich, but he ain't that rich. He can't buy off the government. He just can't do it. And for you people to think that Floyd could buy off USADA and put them in his pocket, that's stupid. It's stupid. It's really stupid. And it just shows you don't know anything about doping, and you definitely don't know anything about the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency. The U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, they report to a lot of different sports governing bodies. One governing body that they report to is the IAAF. That is the world governing body for track and field. Okay, they report to them. They report to the world governing body for soccer. They report to the world governing body for tennis. They report to everybody. USADA tests everybody. Okay? It's just boxing was such a sport that really, really wasn't mainstream and the government had no involvement in it that they really didn't test boxers. And it wasn't even legalized. But see, now Floyd Mayweather has brought so much attention to it that eventually, y'all, the government, they're going to get involved with boxing. They're going to get involved. And what they're going to do is they're going to start, banning people and doing people like that, when they get caught for using steroids. It's a matter of time. Floyd he touched the tip of the iceberg. But the rest is coming down the pipe. I want y'all to look at some people. I'm going to put these people up on screen. And I'm going to really show you without a shadow of a doubt that these people, they've used steroids or they're using them currently. This first young lady, she's from the Netherlands. Her name is Daphne Schippers. Okay? She is a Netherlands sprinter. Okay? Very good. She used to be a heptathlete, early in her career. And this is how she used to look back in 2012. This is how she used to look. Okay? Look at her skin. Her skin is completely just clear and clear as day. And she was still considered to be a world-class level athlete. Now I want you to look at this picture right here. Now, this is her in 2015. This girl got acne. And she got it all over her body, y'all. You can go look at video. You ain't got to take my word for it. You going to look at video of her. They talking to her, interviewing her after races. The girl got acne over her body. And people, they're going to catch her eventually. They hadn't caught her yet, but they are going to catch her. And when they catch her, y'all, when they catch her, I'm telling you, it's going to be a big scandal. And she going to say that she didn't know that she was using anything illegal. That's what she going to say. That's what they all say. Okay? But they're going to catch her. And when they do, y'all, it's going to be crucial. I mean, because this girl just dropped the third fastest time in the world ever. I'm talking about in history. She just dropped it. Now, this girl been running the 200 meters. She switched over to sprints, and she was running the 200 meters, and the homegirl was running like 22.4, 22.5, 22.3 here and there. And then all of a sudden, she just dropped a 21.63. Okay, now, in track and field world, y'all, that's blazing. I'm talking about she just did it abruptly. Okay? Like, she was getting closer and closer to it and closer to going under 22 seconds. But she never could quite get there. And all of a sudden, she ran down three of the top sprinters in the world. I'm talking about ran them down. Not only ran them down, but blew right by them. Guys, that don't happen. That just don't happen all of a sudden, okay? You have to build up to that. This girl did it. And all in her later years of running, she wasn't that dominant. She wasn't dominant at all. She was right around average, still world class, but right around average. But then all of a sudden, boom, she blew up. You see, people, I can't explain that any other way. And in track and field, I've seen these things happen before. And as soon as these people blow up, I've seen them. A lot of these guys. I've seen a lot of these athletes in person, and I talk to them. And let me tell you, she using steroids. She's on dope, and that's just the way that is. You can look at her. You can say this girl is an example of doping because she dropped the third fastest time in history in the 200 meters, and she ain't ran that time for 3 4 years. She ain't done that, and she ain't came nowhere close to it. But in 2015, all of a sudden, poof, she dropping time like that. Nope, she on dope. I want y'all to look at this next young man. His name is Tyson Gay. Tyson Gay was banned for 1 year for using steroids. This dude, 31 years old. I first met Tyson Gay back in 2007, and I talked to him for 25 minutes. Me and him and I had a nice conversation. We were sitting there laughing, talking. We were joking. And, skin was clear. Skin was clear. He kind of pulled up a little bit. But, he was in good spirits. We were talking. Talked to him back in 2012. He remembered me. He was like, Coach, what's going on, man? I mean, he remembered me. And we talked, and Skin had all his acne. Had a lot of acne on his skin. And, this was right before he went to the Olympics back in 2012. And I said, this dude doping. He doping. And I already concluded, I told a lot of people, I think Tyson Gay doping. Nah, man. Nah, he ain't doping. Nah, man. And guess what? He got caught for doping. They took his medal that he won in the Olympics. They took it. And I told you, it ain't hard to spot, y'all. It's just not hard to spot. Look at this other guy. His name's Justin Gatlin. This dude done been caught twice for doping. Been caught twice. Still in the world of track and field. Still doing well. But he been caught twice for doping. See, people, let me tell you something. These two guys on their own, they're making millions of dollars for the sport of track and field. They're making millions of dollars for the governing bodies, y'all. And do you think that USADA, I mean, trust me, if these guys got money, these are millionaires. They got money too, just like Floyd Mayweather. Now, they don't have Floyd Mayweather kind of money, but they're millionaires. And you don't think that these guys could actually try to buy off USADA? You think they didn't try to? Of course they did. When they got caught and USADA brought it to their attention, they tried to. But see, the thing of it is, though, they didn't take the bait because they're not Rockefellers. They don't have that kind of money to make things happen like that. They got money, but they can't move the government. And that's just the way that is. It's how it is. Okay? These guys made tens of millions of dollars for track and field. And they still were banned, y'all. These two gentlemen were banned. They were banned. So, let's fast forward this, y'all. Let's fast forward this to boxing. Okay, you got Floyd Mayweather. You people are saying that he's buying off USADA. Guys, he can't. That's the United States Anti-Doping Agency. He ain't buying them off, y'all. Floyd got money, but he don't have the kind of money like he ain't got Rockefeller money. He ain't buying them off. Okay? And, Floyd got this thing started. See, this is bigger than Floyd Mayweather. USADA, they were going to come in and start testing anyway, guys. They were going to start doing it anyway. See, Floyd just raised the consciousness. And the government, they're going to get involved in the sport of boxing, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's coming. You heard it first from Coach Shelton Harrison. See, the government, they weren't involved in track and field in the beginning. They weren't. But see, then you created USA Track and Field, and then they created the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, and now they got involved in track and field. They're involved in football. They're involved in tennis. You know what? And they're even going to start getting involved in golf, man. I'm telling you, these are things that's coming down the pipe. Boxing is next. They're going to get involved. And boxing, I'm telling you, they're going to have to beat to a different tune. See, Floyd just already got ahead of the curve. He just got ahead of the curve and said, forget it. Let me just start testing right now. See, Manny Pacquiao, he had telltale signs, okay? Manny had some abnormal muscle growth, especially in his calves. And I'm sorry, guys. I've seen that only once in track and field. And that person, she used dope and she got convicted of using dope. Okay? Marion Jones, her calves began to grow and she was naturally thin. Her calves began to grow. And look at Juan Manuel Marquez. That was somebody, he was doping. Marquez had acne everywhere. He had it on his thighs. He had it on his chest. He had it on his back. He had it on his abs. Marquez was doping. Okay? And see, people, these are people that's doping. Floyd Mayweather, for you to say that Floyd's doping, I can't see it. Floyd don't have the telltale signs. And you can say that, oh, coach, man, but, he got bigger. Yeah, because he hydrated. Floyd a little dude. If he hydrate, he going to get bigger. He going to look big. Yeah, but he ripped. Floyd don't weigh nothing but 147 pounds. On a 140-pound guy, you ain't got to do no abs, and your abs going to show up anyway because you don't have the fat to cover your abs anyway. See, people, for you to go and say, it's just preposterous, y'all. It's ludicrousness. That's what it is. But you guys give me your thoughts on this video. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done.